All right, it is Sunday, June 16th, 2024. It's about 8 a.m. and it is Father's Day. So happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there. To all you motherfuckers, as Kevin Smith would say. I thought this was sweet. He took his mom out to go see Inside Out 2. And if you guys don't know about Kevin Smith, his dad passed away. 21 years since he died. But he always talks about him on his podcast, and I thought it was sweet. I'm watching Inside Out 2 together. And then happy Father's Day to Hugh Jackman as well. He posted this picture of him, what looks like he spilled his cereal and he's upset. Or like his oatmeal or something like that. Thought that was cute. It's still early, but Game of Thrones, HBO's prequel, and Night of the Seven Kingdoms has begun filming. This was yesterday? Yeah, yesterday morning. It's currently slated for a 2025 premiere. I don't know if this is an official poster, but it is sick. And I loved it. It definitely caught my eye. Wasn't really too intrigued by it until I saw this poster. But what do you guys think? You guys excited? Speaking of Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon got renewed for Season 3. Season 2 premieres, I believe, this evening. Let's see if it tells us exactly when. Alright, let's just look up. Well, okay. The news is that it got renewed for Season 3, but let's look up what time. So 6 p.m.? 5 p.m.? For the Pacific. Alright, cool. You guys gonna be watching that? I'll put a review out probably tonight or tomorrow for that show. You guys gonna be watching? I thought this was cool. Kid who cried because he was being bullied was given a role in Furiosa. I did not know this story. I may just be late to the party. I know this was posted 2 weeks ago, and I'm sure this kid has been around for a while, but I did love this kid. And in my review, I talked about how I always loved the casting that George Miller does, who's the director of the Mad Max franchise. Casting interesting Australian people. People of color is not the forte. That's something I kind of should have predicated in my review, but he's diverse when it comes to casting Australian people. Old, young, in the middle, of all sizes, and but again, all Australian and not of people of color. But I still thought this was cool, and I still give him credit for casting well. There was a video, I guess, that came out of him being bullied a while ago.
To know, parents, educators, teachers, this is the effect that bullying has. This is what bullying does. So can you please educate your children? So I've just
very cool that they pick him up for Furiosa. Even though, Furiosa wasn't my favorite, but I did think that there's some sweet little behind-the-scenes stories that came out with this film. There he is. Very cool. I'm happy for Quaden Bales. Squid Game wraps filming for seasons 2 and 3. Very cool. I love Squid Game. Season 2 will consist of 6 episodes. 6 episodes, while season 3 will feature around 6 to 7. We're in the final stage of preparing for the release of Squid Game Season 2. We can't provide definitive details about Season 3 yet. No date. I think I heard something about December. So I think they're trying to put it out at the end of the year or the beginning of next year. But are you guys excited? Are you caught up on Squid Game? Will you guys be watching Season 2 and 3? Herschel Ali's attorney, Shelby Weiser, addressed how Marvel's Blade has yet to start filming. That deal was in 2019 and they still haven't shot it, which is pretty much the craziest thing in my professional career. I don't know if I covered this, but Blade lost its like second director, and it has been through maybe 5, 6, or 7 different writers, and it's been pretty sad for Blade. You would think that a movie about a guy who kills vampires wouldn't be that hard to make. Like, they already did it 3 times. There's shows, there's... What'd you guys do in the past? You guys look to comic books. Do what they did in the comics. Like, I don't know how difficult this could be, but... Rumors... I don't know who would be the best to do Blade, but I definitely want a person of color. I think a lot of the writers were not black. Basically, like, most of them were Caucasian white males. Like, I don't understand, but whatever. What do you guys think? Who do you guys think would be the perfect team to helm Blade or be, behind the scenes for it? I think the representation matters just as much behind the camera as it does in front of the camera. But I know it's still a movie about vampires, but hey, who knows? I do know that Ryan Coogler, director of Black Panther, he went off to go make his own vampire movie with Michael B. Jordan. We don't know too much about it yet, but that does say something. Like, if like the opportunity there being that there was a character of, the opportunity of doing a vampire movie in Marvel with Blade, and Ryan Coogler being like, no, I want to go do my own thing, kind of, says a lot about the current state of this Blade movie, I feel like, but we'll see. Micah Monroe teases It Follows sequel script is bigger and darker and more effed up. I loved It Follows. I think the title is They Follow, which is pretty perfect. I'm excited. I haven't watched it in years, 2014. I don't know. I don't know. I should probably rewatch it and see if it holds up, but it has been quite a minute since I've watched It Follows. It definitely has it's not perfect. It has its issues. I still think she gets sexualized a little too much in this movie, and yeah, diversity issue a little bit, but for what it was still one of my favorite horror films, in the 21st century. But what do you guys think? Are you excited for They Follow, the sequel to It Follows? I'm not sure how... I don't know if you have a date. Filming is expected to begin in 2024. Okay. There we go. What do you guys think? Blue Beetle, which I enjoyed. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. It's definitely like a safe move from DC. I'm not the biggest DC fan, but I am kind of intrigued by this Blue Beetle animated series, which would pick up with Raya's story, which I would be intrigued by. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Probably won't be getting this for a while. I think it's barely just getting some traction. Director, showrunner Miguel Puga, and writer Christian Martinez. I like that the representation continues behind the camera. I like that. Now, before we get into the box office numbers for Inside Out 2, it's still a little early for the numbers. I don't think they've updated the total yet. I'm going to try to check and make sure that nothing came out while I was talking. Box office reports, let's see. Bad Boys Ride or Die passed the 100 million domestic mark this weekend. I think it hit the 1 billion mark worldwide, though. Something like that. Let's look up Bad Boys numbers, Ride or Die. Total gross. Bad Boys Ride or Die. Let me just look at the Bad Boys Ride or Die. Where are you? 138.7 million. Why did Will Smith Bad Boys Ride or Die 1 billion? Oh, franchise total. The franchise becomes a $1 billion franchise. I see. That's what I read. Got it. Very cool. Very cool. Congrats, Bad Boys. All right, let's go back to where we were. I can close down Blue Beetle. And let me just, one more time, I'm going to just try to check and make sure there were no updates on Inside Out 2. Because I'm trying to find out. They're not updating it quite yet. Normally they do by this time. They even set an alarm. Could be that it's a holiday, but let's dive into it. So, this is the latest right now. Inside Out 2 turns box office right side up with a second best animated pick opening of all time at 150 to 155 million. Saturday PM update. I was waiting for the Sunday AM update. But this second best animated opening of all time is throwing me off. They don't even reference they're saying it's behind. It went ahead of Super Mario Bros., but it's behind Incredibles 2. That's what they're saying. Movie of all time behind Pixar's own Incredibles 2. It had 182 million. Mario made 146 million. But I'm what I was looking up. And if it gets 150, that would be much better than what the opening weekend domestically was for Inside Out 1. So it's already tracking to do better than the first one. I think it has done better than the first one. Now, the first one cost about 25 million less to make, but still, it's probably going to make its money back. Doing pretty well. But the thing that I'm thrown off by is that second best animated pick opening of all time. I think they needed to specify and say it was for Pixar or something like that. Because Lion King is the biggest opening day in the US and Canada for an animated film. Lion King is at the top. They don't even reference Lion King anywhere. I don't understand. Incredibles 2, Super Mario Bros. So I'm kind of confused by this information. I know it's breaking some records, but second best animated pick opening of all time is misleading just because when you look it up, it says Lion King is the first one. And here they say that the Incredibles 2 movie of highest could wind up being the second highest opening for animated movie of all time behind Pixar's own Incredibles 2 and ahead of Super Mario's. So I don't understand because I looked up Lion King. It went on to debut to 191.8 million over the weekend, the highest total. This is US and Canada. So does this not count as an animated? I don't know what Deadline is saying, and a lot of the headlines are saying this. So just be cautious that this is not, I'm not saying I'm right. Just do the homework yourself in case I'm wrong, but this is misleading to me because when you look up best animated pick opening of all time, it's The Lion King, and it's not even referenced here at all. Like, I don't know if I can do the... See, they don't even say it in this article, which makes no sense. But anyways, congrats to Inside Out 2. It is doing quite well, but we kind of expected that. It's looking like Disney's going to be ruling the box office for this summer, this year, with Inside Out 2 and Deadpool and Wolverine. Deadpool and Wolverine is aiming to be about 250. We'll see if it gets there. 200 would be plenty good for that movie. But what do you guys think? Yeah, I just was very thrown off by the Lion King thing. Why didn't they reference that? Is it because it's like a live action? I don't understand. What do you guys think? Still, it does break some records. It apparently did beat Incredibles 2 and it's getting close to Incredibles 2 and Super Mario's it did beat Super Mario for opening weekend domestically, meaning US and Canada. I'm gonna refresh the page one more time and see if they put anything out. No, sadly, and I do have to go work this movie now. I have to go work Inside Out too. We'll see how Sunday goes. It is Father's Day, so I don't know how many people they'll be taken out, but I guess this seems like a decent movie to go on Father's Day. Bad Boys as well, but what are you guys' plans? Let me know down below. So yeah, we can close this up. We can talk about this week. Streaming, I think IF's coming to streaming, the Federer documentary Kung Fu Panda 4, and then I Used to Be Funny with the Rachel Sennott movie. I want to see this, so Black Barbie I want to check out as well. But what will you guys be watching? Is that? I don't know who that is. Never mind. Thought it was Jessica Alba for a second. And then later next week we'll be getting The Bike Riders and The Exorcism, Thelma. What will you guys be watching? Well, let's look at The Ghost. I don't even know what this is. But yeah, I'm not familiar with the group, but I think it's going to be somewhat popular. Doesn't have that many shows though, so it's like a one-day thing, I believe. And then I don't think we'll get anything too big until A Quiet Place for the kind of the horror fans. But Inside Out 2 will kind of have to hold until Despicable Me 4 comes out for the kids, you know. And then we'll get Maxine. Fuck that movie. And then Long Legs. We got a few horror ones this month. Fly Me to the Moon. But what are you guys most excited for? Let me know down below. Hope you guys have a good weekend. Thank you guys for watching. And here, I can refresh the page one more time just in case new... The numbers are going to come out later tonight, so I'll do a video on that. But I tried to catch it before I had to head out to work. But thank you guys. Hope you guys have a good day.